It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Thank you all so very much for your patience. We've been up here an hour ready to go, but we're going. We're working. We're with Craig from Glen Affric Brewery. How you doing, Craig? You all right, mate?
I'm all right. It's been a fun, stressful morning so far.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So thank you all so very much for joining. We got 9 people at the moment tuned in. We'll give it a couple of minutes just to kind of get some people onto the stream.
Early stream start.
Yeah, an early stream start, 10:30. It's good. Well, we're going to be doing this all day. So the plan, we're going to be doing the interesting phases of the brewery. So the first video is going to be mashing in.
Yeah.
Second one will be probably
wort
boil,
transfer,
is it?
Then we'll be doing wort transfer to the kettle, and then we'll hop back on for the end of the boil where we're going to be adding in all our hops as well.
Fantastic, fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So tell us about the beer, Craig. What are we doing? I know it's a juicy pale ale.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're doing a 4.5% juicy pale ale called Brighter Days Ahead. The malt profile is pretty simple. It's just extra pale and torrefied flaked oats. So it's going to be really brightly golden and nice and hazy as well. And then we're going to be fermenting it with the big song and yeast that's going around right now, the Verdant IPA yeast that we've used to great success here already in many beers. And then we're going to be hopping it in the kettle with Citra Cryo. And then this is where we get to add some drama to the story today. Sabro Incognito, if it arrives in time with DPD.
We're going to get some Sabro. The big Sabro hops are going in, and that's that kind of coconutty flavor we're going to get from the hops, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we wanted to do a bit more of a kind of a little bit more of a tropical kind of vibe to this. Obviously, we've already got Citra, so there's loads of that tropical vibe already. But Sabro is right down that wheelhouse of like pineapple and coconut and things like that. So we're using the incognito version of that. So what that is that's just the isolated concentrated oils from Sabro and none of the actual plant matter from the Sabro. So it allows us to maximize the amount of flavor and utilization of the beer without putting in too much hops and by doing that, putting in too much plant matter and getting a lower yield. So Incognito is one of those newer products that's we've used to good success before in the past, and we're really excited to play with Sabro.
Brilliant. We got some lovely comments coming in. Morning. Yeah, we got 38 people tuned in, which is, I mean, it's an early stream. We're going to be doing this all day. So we won one award, Craig. We got the award on the wall behind you.
Yeah, we do. It's like the reverse of the reverse for me, so I'm trying to track it. That is the award there. I didn't plan this one. The team put all these awards up yesterday, and it just so happens that the Stone That Goes flavored sour UK winner for the World Beer Awards last year was there as well. So it's just over my shoulder. So that's the one that we won last year.
Amazing. Are you able to show us around the brewery?
Yeah, we can. I can do. Go ahead. Give me 1 sec.
No worries.
Yeah, right, we're cool. Yeah. So they're just going to get started on the mash, so I'll start walking around quickly. I'm just realizing now as I hold you around, we're canning something that hasn't actually been announced yet, so I have to be very careful with where I show you.
Brilliant.
Oh, I'm trying to see, can I flip my camera around? I don't think I can I? I don't think I can flip my camera around. We're just using my front-facing camera for now.
Yeah, that'll be okay. So we're in your bar area. I can see. I love that place. That's my favourite part of your brewery. Is that magical kind of
we're getting ready for opening up again, obviously with outdoor seating. So that's starting tonight. So if anybody local is around on the streams, we'll be opening up from 5 o'clock tonight till roughly 10 p.m. tonight, weather dependent and all that large, because of course it's outdoor seating and we're in the north. Where it does rain occasionally, sometimes a lot.
It does rain. It rains a lot in Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we've stripped all our lines, put new lines in, so we've got lovely fresh lines going in for today. We'll have 10 beers on draft. A load of stuff there's a couple of beers that haven't been released before, so there's a few tasty things on there as well, including 2 non-alcoholic beers that we're testing behind the scenes. So if anybody is wanting to stay non-alcohol, then we've got 2 options for you as well.
Fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. And
so behind me, we've got our initial tank farm. These are all 30 hectolitres, so 3,000 litre tanks. And then if we look behind, just over my head there at the back corner of the building is our 60 hectolitre tank as well. This is just stage 1 of our tank farm. We've got another farm next door, which we'll look at later on. And then even after that, we'll have another tank farm in about 2 months' time.
Wow. So your growth, since I've been there, your growth has been terrific. Yeah,
we've been very fortunate in that we've actually managed to scale our business during lockdown, so we've been really lucky about that. So yeah, we've got another unit as well, so a lot of our bright beer packaging tanks will be going over there, along with our canning lines. So we'll have more space for tanks over here, but we'll probably go through that stuff later on in the day as well. So right now we're canning a beer. I genuinely don't think I'm allowed to show you.
Yeah.
I'll get called off if anybody sees it.
Brilliant. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, I tell you what, Craig, it's beautiful. This is like a thing of beauty to see a brewery after all of this time, vibrant, up and running, through the year that we've had. Yeah, that brewery there, Craig, was the last brewery I visited.
That's right. The last it was only like a week or 2 before lockdown, right?
So it's really nice to see that we've come through the other end. We've come through the other end of this. Amazing,
Team's just getting ready. So this is our 30 hectolitre steam fire kit, single step mash infusion with an agitator. For anybody curious, the reason we were delayed is because our agitator had electrical gremlins and it needed a full reboot. We weren't sure what the issue was, so we just turned it off and on again. That seems to have done
Turn it off and on again. That's like the old Commodores. Turn it off, turn it back on again. It generally works.
Yeah. So the guys are starting now. It's going in.
Right, so there we go.
Right, so the malt's just starting to go in now. So I'm gonna have to keep my distance from the guys because of course I've not got my mask on. Everybody else has got their masks on. But if I had my mask on, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. Right, got you. So the guys are just heating up the mash tun now. You might be able to see if I lift it up here. We've got our malt pipe there, a malt pipe there, so that's where we're putting in all the grain. Then it gets mixed in with the water, so it's going in the mash tun nice and wet.
Fantastic, look at that.
Yeah, so our lead brewer Lucio is just heating up the mash tun with some extra water, getting the plates nice and hot, and then we're going to start adding in our grain.
So are we going a real light grain? Are we going for, a real light coloured pale?
Yeah, this will be super light. With extra pale, it's already going to be pretty pale to begin with, and then we're just adding the torrefied oats to give it a bit of haze and a bit of extra body to it as well.
Fantastic.
So it's going to be very bright, very summery. It's going to be perfect for it.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to... I mean, this is going to be launching, in the next 3 or 4 weeks? So
yeah, we're looking to package it in about 3 weeks' time. On the next stream, I will confirm with our ops guy and find out what the actual specific packaging date is. It's all likely to change because, of course, every business it's never exact.
Yeah.
But it'll be in about 3 weeks' time. With any luck, going to get out of Lucio's way. With any luck, we'll have the label kind of a little bit more done today. It's what I've been working on the last few days. So
fantastic.
We'll some ideas for you.
And do you know the thing with this is it's timed beautifully. It really is timed beautifully. It's going to be released mid-May, going into summer.
Yeah, well, that was the whole idea. If we timed it right, we could easily do something very fun.
Yeah, very fun and very drinkable for the summer. I cannot wait to get into this beer.
Because I know you and me had discussions kind of behind the scenes about what we wanted to do, and there was discussions of doing, a big IPA. But frankly, we wanted to do something that would fit a little bit more with the kind of summer theme, with things and bars opening up again. We wanted to have something that people could really session outdoors in the sun, We've been very lucky. We've been graced with the sun today. Last week, the weather reports were pretty terrible for us here. But it looks like we're going to have sun all weekend for the bar, so we've been really lucky with that. So, again, this is a beer that's kind of perfect for this situation.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. So, if you're around the Liverpool area, make sure you visit Glen Affric Brewery. They've got their outdoor bar open. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, we'll have 50 tables.
Have you got a food truck turning up?
No, it's something we're working on a lot behind the scenes. There are definitely some really good food vendors here. It's just trying to tie them down. And we also don't want to tie vendors down if
the weather's not great.
We're anticipating to be busy, but we don't know how busy. Let's get some numbers under our belt before we can start to make anything. But vendors is something that's definitely on my mind.
Amazing. So we got J-Dog from the USA. We got Lords in. That's a very cool brewery. Brewery Envy, says Lords.
Yeah, Lords, you didn't come down last week. I remember that. You were meant to come down last week. You never did.
I think I was on the phone earlier. He said he's coming soon. He said he's going to come in the next few days, I think. Maybe.
All right. Well, tell me before you stop by.
Yeah. I'm sure John, it's not far, is it? Liverpool, Huddersfield?
It's not that far.
No, hour maybe in the car.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
My uncle's from Huddersfield, so I've got a rough idea.
So, well, look, we are. Yeah, you can see them.
They're just starting to put the grain in now. They've just got the manifold open, so grain is just starting to go through.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to give the guys a couple more minutes just to kind of get their feet under themselves so they actually can control everything. I don't want to get too much in their way.
Yeah.
We've already got 2 people up on the brew pad. I don't want any more. So there you go.
Right, we want to
find us. I have to be very careful what I position behind myself here.
with the cannon. So we got 50 people watching. I want everyone to hit the like button. If you hit the like button, we can really get this stream going today. We can really kind of bump it up, and we'll be back. Interesting points throughout the day.
Yeah,
for the brewing process. So keep it in mind. We're going to be going all day. The streams will just pop up randomly. If you can hit the like button, if we can get it out there, this is really good. Oh, Lord is saying his forklift truck has broke down.
Oh boy,
he couldn't get over. It would have took about 3 hours, mind, on a forklift truck to get over to you.
That would have been a while. I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mark said, Neil Long's watching. One of your, he's a Liverpool guy. I'm sure he visits your bar quite a bit. Neil Long, he's a Liverpool man. So we're going in. There we are. Look.
We've got malt bags going in now.
The malt is going in. Look at that.
Guys, we're just checking the flow rate, making sure everything's okay. Because you don't want to add in too much water too quickly. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with very thin porridge, and it's going to be a bad time.
Interesting fact here, Craig. I'm having the room plastered in the dining room.
Okay.
And my mate Mike, the plasterer, is an Everton fan.
Oh boy.
He's an Everton fan. So tell us a little bit about this, if you're allowed to talk about it. That is this Everton beer that you've produced up there in Liverpool.
No, we've done a beer with the other side, the Reds. There is obviously we've got Liverpool Football Club and Everton up here. So we've done a beer with the kind of unofficial fan club of Liverpool Football Club called the Anfield Brand.
Right. The Anfield
Brand.
Right.
That was a beer that we made and launched last Friday. It's a 5% hazy pale ale. Really fun, good, drinkable summer beer. And we've sold something like, over the weekend, I had something like 300 and something orders to dispatch over Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So the beer has flown off our shelves. It's been a massive success for us. It was much faster sold than we ever thought it could be. So we've brewed a 6,000 litres of that this week to kind of cover that because we're out of it after a week.
Brilliant. No,
that's
brilliant.
A bit mental, that one.
So how many bags of malt? How many bags of malt have we got then, Craig, going in today?
Oh, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I would have to count them all. But I could tell you we've got 725 kilos of malt going in this thing.
Wow.
So
Fantastic.
fairly big malt bill. A little bit bigger than it standardly would be for a 4.5% beer, but the reason for that is we're doing a pretty high mash temp on this. We're aiming for about 68.5 degrees Celsius in the mash tun for our mash rest. So
Fantastic.
Going to have some good body to it underneath the 4.5% beer.
Yep, we got Mac Drury saying Glen Affric next on my list of small breweries to try. My friend Jimmy Rushworth has been raving about their beers all week. There we go. So another fan of your brewery.
Great.
Daniel Bell got out of hospital. He was in hospital for a few days, but he's looking forward to the streams throughout the day. He's at home recovering. Yeah, it's been a funny old year, hasn't it, Craig? I mean, since we since we were kind of up at your place, it kind of closed down after that. Oh, there we go. There's the
you can see some of the bags here, just all around us.
Fantastic. So we are mashing in. J-Dog is asking, do you ship to the US?
No, we don't ship to the US, sorry. I've had to answer that question a lot this week. Apparently there's a lot of Liverpool fans in the US.
Right.
No, unfortunately not. It's something we've looked at. It's hideously complicated with paperwork and also duties as well. I know people that have bought beer and then had to spend twice the amount of money on imports and taxes and all that stuff on top of the beer. So it becomes very difficult to do on a one-by-one basis. We've had discussions with importers in the US, but of course with just the world the way it is right now, those are kind of all on hold until the world opens up again.
Yeah. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm going to see, once Lucio's finished on this side, I'm going to see if I can scoot around to the other side of the brew house and get some closer pictures of the malts going in for you guys.
Yeah, totally.
So there we go.
Oh, there we are. Look at that. Now, there we go. So tell us a little bit about this process then, Craig. What's going on behind you?
Malts are going down here through the pipe, and then they're getting mixed in with hot water in line, and then they're going down into the mash tun. So malts are getting mixed with the water, getting nice good porridge going into the mash tun itself. Really important making sure that all your grains are wet going into the mash tun to maximize the amount of sugar that you can extract from it. You don't want what we call dough balls, where it's nice and wet on the outside, but it's a big dry clump in the middle. Because all you're doing is you're wasting grain and not extracting all that sugar out. So this is a really important step, making sure all your grains are wet. So that's why these guys are doing it nice and slow, making sure everything's going down and getting mixed evenly. If you run it too fast, it means you get your grains fly through the tun too quickly, and they don't get wet enough, and then you've got dry bits floating around your mash tun. Too slow, and you end up with over-extracted, over-watery kind of malt. So getting that flow just right is really important. That's why I didn't want to come up here right at the beginning, because the guys are just trying to get the flow right.
That's fantastic. That's a perfect scene there, Craig. That's a perfect scene. So for new people who are tuning in, so we're with the malt, we are just grabbing the sugar out of it, and we are on a very simple term, and we're looking for the colour. So it's colour and sugar and a bit of flavour, the malt.
Yep. Enzymic reaction with hot water, extracting all the sugars from the malts, and then by doing that, you're also going to extract the colour from the sugars as well from the malt. So pretty simple step, but it's one of the most important steps. Because to get this wrong, all the steps following down are triggered. So that's why I don't want to get too much in the way. If I'm off the deck, because frankly, getting in their way. Because over lockdown, I've got a little bit bigger, as many of us have. So I don't want to get in the way too much.
Me too.
I've been doing all right. You go for walks twice a week. I know that.
Yeah, I do. So, Craig, the next stage. What? And can you give us a rough time of the next stage of
they're probably going to be another 15-20 minutes getting the mash done, and then it will be a 45-minute or hour-long mash rest, and then we'll start extracting the wort from there. So I would say roughly in about an hour and 15, hour and 30 is when we'll be doing the next step of the wort transfer.
Okay, so if we leave it now, we can come back live at 11 a.m.
Yep.
We'll be back about 12 p.m. Sorry.
Yeah, 12.
12:15.
Yep.
So everybody look out for it. 12, 12:15. We'll be back live. we'll be at the next stage of the brewing process.
Right.
Brilliant. Thanks, Craig. We'll see you in an hour or so.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.